Were you told your baby was going to be huge and then gave birth to an average or smaller than average sized baby? Let's talk about why that happens and what you really need to know. I'm midwife Marley and I help expectant parents prepare for the best birth they can have through antenatal classes and one-to-one sessions. I'm also the author of Midwife Marley's Guide for Everyone. Being told you're having a big baby can be scary, and it often leads to talk about inductions, planned C-sections, and it gives a lot of anxiety. But here's the truth. Those late pregnancy scans are not very accurate. Growth scans in the third trimester can be off by 10 to 20% either way. That means that if your scan estimates your baby is going to be around 9 pounds, your baby could actually come out weighing anywhere from 7 pounds 2 ounces to 10 pounds 8 ounces, and most of the time it's closer to average. In fact, a large 2015 study in the British Medical Journal found that when women were told they were going to have a big baby, they were more likely to have interventions like inductions or caesareans, even when the baby turned out to be an average size. And we know that inductions and caesareans aren't without risk either. And if you're worried about shoulder dysocia, which is where the shoulder gets stuck as the baby is being born, then consider this. True shoulder dysocia occurs in around 0.7% of births. That's around 1 in 150. And around 50% of these babies are actually average weight, i.e. not big. In fact, 94% of babies weighing over 10 pounds will not have a shoulder dysocia. We could potentially reduce this rate even further by helping more in labour, i.e. not insisting women give birth laying on their backs. The RTOG, which is the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists themselves, state that ultrasound scans are not good at telling you whether you're likely to have a large baby, and therefore they are not recommended for predicting shoulder dysocia if you have no other risk factors. If your care team is recommending an induction or a caesarean purely because of suspected size and not for another or an additional medical reason, then you have the right to ask questions. We have the right to ask questions anyway. But you could try asking things like this. What is the evidence that this baby is too big for me to birth? Or what are the risks of waiting versus inducing? Can we monitor growth and wait until labour starts naturally? And also, if you're told that your baby is too big for your pelvis, you can always ask, can I see the record of when my pelvic measurements were taken? Remember, big babies can and are birthed vaginally all the time. Positioning, movement and support during labour can make a huge difference, not just baby's weight. So were you told your baby was big, and did the scan match the reality?